Hey there guys, welcome to Monday, again, that's back, again. So, this is the first of several episodes that will be at my house, because I am home on break. Yay! Yeah, so, you get to deal with the crappy lighting in my actual room versus the crappy lighting in my dorm room, so have fun. But, I really want to get right into what I'm talking about this week, because it is really important, and I want to make a couple big points. So I'm pretty sure some of you can probably guess what I'm talking about, and it's the shooting that happened on Friday to find out, because the news has been just ridiculous on this. But the son of a teacher at Sandy Hook Elementary School killed his mom in her house, and then went to school and opened fire on a first grade classroom, killed everyone in there, killed some of the students in a neighboring classroom, and before all that happened, he killed the principal and the school psychologist, and I can't wrap my brain around wanting to kill first graders. I mean, they can be annoying, but just no. And that's the big part of this event, is so many people are just flabbergasted at the fact that it's not a normal school shooting, and I hesitate to use the word normal, but I hope you get what I can't figure out what I'm trying to say, but usual school shootings are in high schools, and it's high school age kids. They're not an older kid going into an elementary school. So, a lot of people are just flipping out. And, that's one thing I want to say, is, within hours of this shooting, people have been using it, they've taken the event and they're saying, they're using it to further their agenda for the whole gun control controversy, and it's just don't do that. Take the time to actually mourn for the 21st graders who will never see any part of their potential because they were 6. They don't even know how to multiply things. Mourn for them, mourn for the 6 adults who died. Don't make them, don't make them the poster child for your cause. Especially if you're gonna do it a couple hours after it happened. Take the time to mourn for the loss of life before going back at each other's throats again. It's just a bigger issue than, oh, we should have more guns because then this will never happen because we can just shoot people. Or we should have no guns because then people can't get a hold of them and can't do this. It's not that black and white. It's really not. And the fact that some people have been using this event like it is black and white, stop. Alright? Take the time to be courteous about it. Don't paint it into something that it's not. And take it at face value as something horrible that's happened and something that should be grieved about, but not a turning point in the argument, because things like this happen all the time, which is sad. There was a similar event in China, except it was with stabbing with a knife. But I think 20-some Chinese children were killed, and with a knife. I didn't hear about that here until people started comparing the two and saying, why are we getting so upset about this here when something just as bad happened in China? You know, much though I hate to say it, I have to ask that question. Why are we so upset about something that happens here when the same thing basically happened in China? Sure, nobody really cared about that. Nobody knew about it. You know, it's not attracting the same media fire that it attracts when it's here. And yet, same thing, you know, first, second graders were killed-ish. I'm guessing that's how old they were. I don't really know. But, you know, like, little kids were killed both times, and yet only one we hear about. And the same thing in, like, Africa. Kids are dying, like, in ridiculously high amounts, but you never hear about it, really. I mean, like, people go, oh yeah, there's all these kids dying in Africa, but that's nothing new. You know, we know about it, we're used to it, we don't know what to do about it, so we're just gonna ignore it. You know, and that's not cool. Like, just because this happened in the United States doesn't give them a certain privilege over things that are happening in other countries. And it makes me sad that the American media is treating it that way, and that a lot of people are treating it that way. We're not the only country to have bad things happen in. So, you know, like, acknowledge that, and stop seeing, like, don't think that we're the only country that has these issues. And, like, it's special because it happened here. Because it's not. The murder of 20 children is not special in any way, shape, or form. And I hate it that the media, like, just the attention that it's giving it makes it special. And yes, things like this need to be grieved over, and people need to know about it, and all this stuff. But it's not working. Nothing's changing. Nobody... Like, there's been no stop to the violence. It's just escalated and gotten worse. And I honestly think part of it is because of the attention that the media gives to it. Because, you know, like, I'm sure not all gunmen, like, people who go and just do the school shootings think like this. But, you know, they're famous. Everyone knows who he is. I mean, like, the shooters for the big ones, like, they might be dead, they might have killed themselves at the end, but everyone knows their name. Everyone. You know? And we don't know the people that they killed. Anyone else kind of uncomfortable with that? 'Cause I am. You know? I don't like it. At all. So, yeah. Also... I was going to say something, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, another thing I don't like is how, some people are saying, you know, the shooter for this one has been diagnosed with Asperger's, so a lot of people are going off on the autism thing, and, you know, it's just showing what a stigma that things like this have, because, you know, having autism doesn't make you a violent person. You know, I mean, yeah, you have the outbursts, because when you have autism, you, like, I don't have it personally, and I'm not, like, close with people who do, but I know enough about it that, you know, because a lot of my family works in special ed, and a lot of my friends who are adults and teachers work in special ed. Autism is when it's hard for you to communicate your emotions, and just the act of communicating things, and you can't do it. And you get frustrated, which is totally understandable, because I know how frustrated I get when I can't say things on here. So, you know, imagine being like that your whole life, and never being able to say what it is you want to say, because you don't even understand because you don't understand it at all. You know, so that's totally different from planned violence. So the people who are saying he did this because he has Asperger's, stop. Alright, there's no correlation between anything. So stop blaming things that aren't the cause. Like, because his mother's a gun nut. Woo. And that's a horrible term, so the whole media craze over it is just crap. But, you know, My dad owns a couple rifles and a BB gun and all this stuff. Not that you could do much with a BB gun, but, you know. And, like, I know, like, I'm from a country town, so, like, most of the people I know have a lot of guns for hunting. None of us want to go kill people because our parents are gun enthusiasts. You know? Stop blaming his mother for having guns and liking to shoot targets. Alright? There's a difference between shooting a piece of paper and shooting an actual human. Okay? That's... yeah. And then, like, my last thing is that, actually, I think I'm going to do a second video this week, so I'm going to leave you this one for now, and I will record part 2, like, right after this, just because this is going really long, and I want to explain the last part well. So, you know, keep everyone involved in your prayers and in your thoughts. You know, if you pray for people, pray for them. If you don't pray, then just keep them in your thoughts, whatever works for you. But, you know, keep them, you know, keep the families of the victims themselves, the shooter's family, and don't give me hate for that, because the shooter and his family are people too. And there's a lot more going on than any of us know, because none of us were inside his head, so we don't know what was happening. Alright? And give the bad guys the same respect that you'd give anyone else, because you don't know why he did it. Unless there's a signed paper saying, I did this because I'm a horrible person, you don't know for sure. And most likely he was really troubled. So, you know, keep everyone in your prayers or your thoughts, and I don't want to say hope it gets better, because loss of people like that never gets better. You know, it kind of mellows, but it's always there. So, you know, it sucks, but yeah. So, I hate, you know, this is a bit of a depressing topic for Monday, but it's what's happening. So, you know, just everyone keep safe, and I guess hope that it never happens again, which is really naive to say, but I guess that's how you get through it. So, yeah. Part 2 will be coming up shortly-ish, or if you're watching this sometime in the future, then I guess it's already up, but yeah. So, links are down there, and all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next video, and I will also see you next week. Peace.